So alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are actually in a new spot where y'all probably never seen before, but we are actually at my buddy's house. He's got a nice little shop, and I'm doing something a little different this go around because I've actually been commissioned to do some work on an old car that is actually my old car, the one that the motor originally come out that's in the Camaro now that I had built. So we're going to show you a little bit about the car and what the guy has decided to do with the car. And as you can see, it is a C3 Corvette 74. So this originally was my car, and when I found out about some issues with some rust and stuff like that, I decided I was going to get rid of the car. Originally I was just going to sell it for parts. Another guy contacted me about the car and ended up buying it, and he's a real good buddy of my other buddies, and he bought the car, and the car's been sitting for probably, I don't know, a year now or so. He actually also owns the 40 in the back here, but we've been trying to get him talked into doing this car because the 40 is way too far gone to mess with right now. So we actually got him talked into it, and that's my buddy Richard right there. Say hey, Richard. He's cleaning up his shop. But so pretty much we've both been commissioned. He's been commissioned to do the engine part of the whole process. So he's putting actually, it's funny, the engine that's in my third gen is the motor that come out of this car, and I had it built and put back in the third gen Camaro. What's crazy is the motor that was in the third gen, which was a 95 TBI fuel injection motor, is actually now in this Corvette, which is kind of ironic considering that the motor in this car actually went in the third gen, and then the motor that was in the third gen went in this car, and these were both owned by me at one point. So this is the car. I did a lot of modifications on the car. As you can see, I did 3-inch fender flares in the back, and it has a set of the Mickey Thompson's 29 by 15.5. It's got a massive tire underneath the back of this thing. It's got a big booty. Look at the back of this thing. So it's got a wide tire on it. And some of the other things that I did do to it is I molded in the gas door, so now it has a real nice Harley Davidson smooth cap, and it did have a roof rack, or not a roof rack, I guess you'd call it a luggage rack on the back of these cars. So I had to fix all the holes from the luggage rack, and then I got a new bumper for it. This is an actual fiberglass reproduction bumper, which if you know anything about the Corvettes originally had like a polyurethane bumper on them, and they were notorious for cracking and doing all different types of stuff. So pretty much I went through several wheel combinations on this car, and this ended up being the final wheel combination, which they're a set of welds. I had to also buy 2 new doors for this car, and I'll show you the door here in a minute. But had to buy a new door for it, pulled all the carpet out of it. I bought a custom made one-piece center console. Originally these things were like 4 or 5 different pieces. This piece was its own piece, this piece was its own piece, and then it had a back piece. This one's just a custom made one, and I've had the back glass and stuff taken out of it, which we'll have to put back in. But here's the other side. This is what I've been commissioned to do. Is I never got around to doing this flare. So when I sold him the car, he was like, well, I want you to do the flare. And several years later, he finally said, I want to get the flare done. So, and I'm out of work right now, so this is the perfect time for me to do it. So right now, I've already got the flare molded somewhat in. I still got a bunch of body work to do. So what we did on these flares are the half flares. They sell a flare that goes all the way up to this body line when you splice it in. They were very expensive. I didn't decide to go that route. So I ended up buying these half flares, which are still good, It's just that they bolt on and then you mold them in. So what I did was I actually bolted them in there, got them fitting where I wanted them, so that way it matches both sides. And then I actually took all-purpose panel bond, and I panel bond the flare to the car. I mean, when I say this thing is on there, it's on there. There ain't no getting this thing back off. I mean, I can almost pull the quarter out by the flare. So it is a part of the car. And then over top of it, this is a 3M fiberglass repair resin. It has no Bondo in it, so there is no Bondo in the actual seam part of this. This should last just as long as the other side, because I did the other side the same way. It does. I couldn't get the latch out of it. What they did was they put the latch and the latch bolts in there and fucking just kitty haired over top of this. And excuse my language, but this really just ticked me off beyond relief. But it had pretty much rusted out the inside of the doors. The bottom of the doors were rusted out, and they actually took household caulking and filled in where the panel had rusted to seal the bottom of the door back to the metal, because it's metal on the inside, fiberglass on the outside. These doors were in terrible shape. This is just one of them. The other door is just as bad as this one. This is the passenger side door. But yeah, I should have known when I found that it was going to be an issue. So I ended up having to buy 2 new doors for this car. I say new, but they were actually used, because they don't sell a new door for this car. So I'm gonna go get these materials, and this is the intro part of it, and then I'm gonna do a couple time lapses of me fixing the fender flare, and we'll catch you back in a minute. Guys, so welcome back to day 2 of the Corvette, and I'm actually here. Richard's going over some dream house stuff. He's wishing and a dreaming. But so yesterday I did kind of get a late start on this Corvette, and I did get part of it mapped in with the fiberglass resin and stuff like that. But we're actually going to jump on it today and try to get it completely smoothed out and finished. We'll hope that's going to happen, because I really don't feel like working on this on the weekend. But guys, stick around. I'm getting ready to start spreading the resin jelly on there, and we'll catch you around. right, guys, so we're gonna end it off there for today. I mean, I pretty much got the flare molded in there. I'm on my last coat of the FiberTech stuff. Probably just gonna end this video off right here because I'm pretty sure y'all seen enough of the Corvette. But if you guys like this video and you like what I did with this video, you know, putting flares on this Corvette, let me know in the comments, and I might do some more stuff like this. But for now, guys, stay tuned and we'll catch you later.